We're going to go through a few questions that we've gotten. We're going to stick them in a box and randomly pull one out and see what we get. It's hard to know what's the most relevant/important technique or detail to focus on, both for the group and for individuals. What this makes me think of in our program is we have a section about structural complexity, and we have another one about root components. And both of those are about analyzing what is difficult about a thing you're teaching, be it a specific move or a concept of any kind, and trying to, rather than go off the cuff, which I think sometimes happens, we look in the room and we diagnose what we see from our students and try to figure out what the next best step is. I think some of that, whether you do it in the moment or with your partner on the dance floor at a completely earlier time, just figure out in principle what is hard about a tuck turn or musical phrasing or insert thing here, and have basically a concept in your mind already. And then you can let that inform what you see from your students.
I'm thinking of let the students tell you what it is. So to say, you, again, going back to demonstrate, let them try, and then you see where they fail. Or you ask them, where do you think you failed?
Yeah.
And have them tell you what is most important for them through their demonstrations or through just talking to them. And then you address that. Again, demonstrate, let them practice to music, repeat.
I think there's only one thing I would add with that, which is I love that kind of letting the students share the responsibility of where those needs are that need to be met. I do think we cannot ask for our students to be analysts of the dance in the same way that we are. So what is sometimes interesting is when they share that information, we can take that as kind of a symptom, and maybe it can be addressed directly, but maybe it's a symptom of some other root cause that we can see. So, students in partner dance might talk about their partners pulling on their arm in a certain moment, and maybe we could just say, hey, let's not pull on each other's arms, and talk about physical connection and how to fix it that way. But sometimes we can ask ourselves simply the question, what came before? So this is something I do a lot when I see the students in the room. Okay, this is what happens. Why might that thing have happened? Or based on the student's request, hey, I want to work on blah. What's the thing that made that moment hard or made that moment happen? So in the case of pulling on the arm, maybe we were too far away, or one of us was off balance, or whatever. And trying to dig a little bit further than the symptom, but letting the symptom come from the students, I think could be a nice approach.